Hello everyone, welcome to Comics Anonymous from BTV. It's been too long. I'm Ben Mosher, computer science major.
I'm Mike Emery, short hair.
I'm Darian Musk.
I'm Chris Casey. I'm a human development major.
My name is Rampage, and I'm double majoring in destruction and art history.
Alright, so as you can see,
What the fuck is happening?
as you can see, Jeremy is not with us today. We've replaced him with an entirely anger-based comic named Rampage. Rampage, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, do you have a real name, for example? Or do you just go by Rampage?
My given name was Randall. But I think Rampage, I think a name is really something that describes you as a person. So I go by Randall sometimes, but mostly Rampage. Which fits with my catchphrase, which is Rampage! Or, I'm going on a rampage!
How did we find this guy? Rampage, do you live in a dorm, or what's your deal?
A lot of people think I live in a dorm. They're always asking me about that. What dorm do you live in? I don't live in a dorm. I live in Hinman, which is a community of people.
So, like, Rampage, like, what do you want to, like, accomplish from, like, doing, like, do you want to be, like, a comic, or, like...
I see myself as a stand-up comedian. I started doing stand-up, it's a long story, but my father, he once told me that my life was a joke. So I figured I should do stand-up comedy. But once I put on stage, I figured out that was actually hilarious because everyone was laughing at how much of an idiot my dad was.
Good to have you on the program.
Do we not have any more questions for Rampage?
Yeah.
He
like,
seems like
so
such a deep individual.
What do you do for, like, money? Like, do you, like, have, like, a job right now, or, like...
Do you?
I kill hookers. I steal their money.
Alright, Rampage.
This is great, because Jeremy was like our straight character, so now it's just...
No.
Well, we're just all crazy.
Rampage, do you have a political affiliation?
I voted for Obama because I read online that he was the Antichrist. What a bullshit that was. He's like only into like basketball and hospitals, which isn't standard Antichrist activity. Usually Antichrists are into like raining fire and turning hospitals into fire. I'm playing basketball with fireballs. Mostly fire-related activities.
Well, this was about as normal as I expected the show to go so
Rampage,
far, so that's good.
What are the professors like in the destruction department?
It's a little bit annoying. A lot of the TAs in the destruction department are Asian. I find that annoying. My TA in DEST 666 can barely understand what he's saying. He's a great teacher. It's just annoying because I don't trust Asian people.
Who do you trust?
Rampage.
So Rampage, I understand you're an art history major. Is there a specific kind of art style you're into, or a painter that really appeals to your being as Rampage?
Well, I wrote Rampage on my chest recently. That's most of the art that I do. I did it by myself. I think I'm an artist. As far as art goes, the only art form I think is bullshit is music. I don't trust melodies in general. But I will say there's one song I appreciate, which is that song Anarchy in the UK. But I think it should just be anarchy everywhere. I think it's just a good a cause.
UK isn't that, like, anarchical right now.
You're
What would be
so
the
you're
word
an
for that?
anarchist?
Anarchy
You don't
related?
So you don't like the government?
I'm an anarchist socialist.
So you're not into the government?
I don't think there should be a government, but I think that I should be in charge of everything. In general. I think I should be the government.
Rampage, do you ever like associate with like younger kids? Like, do you like? Are you a role model to anybody?
Well, I'm a babysitter on the weekends. Because I do think that children are the future. But also, I like to like give them cocaine and see if they draw weird shit.
Alright, thank you, Rampage. I think we all got to know you a little bit better. Now we're going to try out a new segment right now. Our friend Darian is the release editor of Pipe Dream. He's very into the news, so we want to hear some news stories that Darian said he wants to talk about.
Great. Hi, guys. I'm Darian. I've got the news. I've got it here on my iPhone. And so I thought we could just throw out a couple of these, maybe talk about them a little bit. So first, Netflix is just killing it lately.
Headline.
Netflix is killing it. They have brought on like all these awesome Cartoon Network shows, including Courage the Cowardly Dog and Samurai Jack and Ed, Edd and Eddy, which means I'm gonna go back to smoking a whole lot of weed. So that's exciting. How do you guys feel about that?
There's cartoons on Netflix?
I meant me getting back into drugs.
Oh, well, as your roommate, I'm very pro that.
Awesome.
Can we try some harder drugs?
Hell yeah.
Like meth?
Rampage over here.
Yeah, Rampage.
I like that Netflix is killing it because I've also killed.
So you like that you can relate with Netflix on a higher level of murder?
Mostly.
So that's happening. Today's National Sibling Day. Yeah. So if you have siblings that you love, you should reach out to them. If you don't have siblings or hate your siblings, I'm sorry. So that's a very special day for America, one of our better holidays. I'd say that's like top 3 with like Veterans Day and MLK Day.
Passover is a good holiday.
Passover is a great holiday.
Yeah.
Moses was like really metal.
Moses
Spraying lamb's blood everywhere.
He went pretty hard. He parted some shit.
I would love to just put lamb's blood on things. More often.
You should go around in Hinman and like mark the doors
Of the firstborns.
of the firstborns.
And just people. Smart people with lamb's blood.
Good to hear that Rampage is a member of the Jewish faith.
No, I just like to kill lambs.
So, next in news, Margaret Thatcher died. Oh, also, there's a Speedy Shop in Brooklyn now. So that's also news. And that's it for our news segment. There's a lot going on this week. Stay tuned next week. Hopefully there'll be some more news. The good news is that Margaret Thatcher's death is out of the way. We were all waiting for it.
We can all move on.
So, thank God.
I could totally see you hosting like a news show on like Pitchfork.com, like indie hipster news. Like, guys, National Sibling Day. What's that about?
It's about siblings.
Mike, what was that joke about? Nothing.
It was a good try from Mike.
Yep, just like that.
Mike,
Yeah,
he does his best.
Speaking of Mike's failures, the theme of this show is love. And
Very sad segue. Very sad segue.
at the beginning of when we first started doing the show, we had a segment called Mike's Romantic Stories and Mishaps, and we understand that Mike has another romantic mishap.
Yeah, I think we're on part 3 of the series.
Part 3 of the series,
Of the never-ending saga and destruction that is my love life. No one laughed at that either. I think I'm tilting towards people are starting to feel bad for me as opposed to laughing with me. Anyway, let's get into the romantic mishap. I ran into someone at the Shenango After Hours dinner place.
Well, that's the place right now.
Great place to meet women.
Of course. $9 buffalo wings. The finest alcohol one can buy. And it was somebody who worked as a waitress at Sodexo. I was a Sodexo caterer my first semester here. I was a Sodexo caterer here, and I was desperate.
Is Sodexo caterer like just a nice way to say you were like a Sodexo worker?
Yeah, it's fancier.
Like
Caterer has a certain panache to it. Like
well, so does Sodexo.
Like, I feel like I could put caterer on a resume. People are like, he's a caterer. He knows how to plan things and get things
Our
done.
audience does not agree.
No, the audience is telling me my job was a joke.
So tell us about this super hot Sodexo.
Well, not even super hot. I mean, she's skinny, so that's a positive, I guess. She has hair.
Well, she probably doesn't see a lot of edible foods.
She has hair. Thick eyebrows, I guess. I don't know.
She have
That's
a full set of teeth.
Yes, the full set of teeth. She's from upstate New York, so I was like, I have a shot here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The upstate
They don't know what
State's
like real
like-
people look like. So. That was a weird comment.
Aren't you from New Jersey?
Yeah, I am from New Jersey, Rampage. What's
So
your...
you have nothing to say about other people in general.
Who are you to call out upstate New York?
But I live in the rich part of Jersey. Like, away from the
That's
smog.
that's like being like the tallest midget though.
My poor homeland.
Okay, so let's hear what happened with this babe.
Oh, well, she was waiting on me and my friend's table.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty hard, like, we both didn't acknowledge, like, we acknowledged each other, but then we didn't acknowledge each other with language. We looked at each other, then looked away, and decided for the entire meal we are not going to recognize that we met 3 years ago. Which is pretty hard to do when you're in a waitress and restaurant person relationship. Like, you have to say your order to the table and kind of not look at the person. And she kind of looks up in the air and kind of writes down your order without looking at you.
Wait, she took your order?
Well, she was the only waitress there.
Wait, you didn't talk to her, but she took your order.
Yeah, we made eye contact, decided we should not speak to each other.
So you wrote down what you wanted, or?
Well, no, I just spoke it like casually, like I was like I'll have the chicken wings, and then she kind of just wrote it behind me.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad experience. I don't think I'll be going back.
Did you give her a tip?
This is how my brain works. I actually gave her a better tip because I felt like I was such a bad person when I knew her that like the $3 would make up for it that I left her. Well, it was for my meal. I paid like $9.
Hold out. The audience is after my
The
time.
audience, I left 33%. How much more should I leave?
I mean, you said you're a bad person. At least 50.
At least 50. So if you're a morally abhorrent person, tipping starts at 50%.
Hey, you're from the rich part of Jersey, man.
Yeah, they still tip $3 then.
So,
Jesus.
before this show, it came to my understanding that Rampage also has a romantic mishap that he would like to share.
Rampage needs love too. Well, no, basically I created an account on a porn website. Mostly because I just like to comment on the videos. To tell them what I think of them.
What do your comments consist of?
Just great job, you're doing good. I like your vagina. But I just think it's a weird double standard that when girls do solo webcam videos, everyone thinks it's hot, but when I do it, everyone's offended.
Look, Rampage, what does a solo webcam show consist of for you?
Me masturbating angrily in front of my webcam with my roommate tied up behind me.
Is there any romantic element of this, or are you just talking about your porn habits?
This is the last time I bring my roommate Rampage on the show.
He loves porn.
Just kidding.
I do like how you have advice for the porn stars, so they can improve their skills, I guess you would say. Like, what kind of comments do you typically leave?
I asked him that.
No, but I mean, what suggestions do you have for porn stars as a whole?
Well,
You've watched a lot of porn. What would you suggest?
Like I said, I'll write something like, I like your vagina. But sometimes I'll write, get a better vagina. That's just some advice.
I have a tip that I give most porn stars, which is you should probably get out of porn.
Alright, so, love, right guys? Our friend Mike is having trouble with it. So to help him out, we've decided as a panel, as a group of friends, to help him find love on popular dating site Match.com. So, Mike, you are a man looking for a man or a woman?
A woman.
Looking for a woman, okay. Between ages 25 and...
Anything.
I'm gonna go
Let's go up to 47.
47, okay. I went all the way down to the 70s.
To the
I
70s?
kind of assumed, yeah.
Like 48, it's like, whoa.
What is the near zip/postal code of Rich, New Jersey?
07452.
07452.
Yeah, but just filter out Patterson, because they're poor there.
Okay, got it.
Do they have that?
That's what it says. You're now entering Patterson, home of the poor.
I don't think you should make so many limits.
Okay, so Mike, what do you want to have on your dating profile? What do you want girls to know about you?
I have a new haircut, so I'm a fan of change.
Also, when's your
I like to
birthday?
reinvent myself. May 9th.
Same birthday. Yeah. That is a thing.
Year?
1991.
Okay.
This is great TV.
I know.
Yeah, wow.
Does anyone here want to date Mike?
Let's just
Anyone.
get to it, guys.
Let's get it started on the ground floor.
On the ground floor.
All right,
Your username is
raise your
Stefan.
hand
Oh.
if you want to date Mike.
I feel like
For the people at home, there's enough
For
hands.
the viewers at home, 5 people just walked out. Someone's crying in the corner.
I feel like this show, for me at least, it started out okay and has just gone down lower and lower for me. Like the audience has progressively gone against me more and more, where they're just gonna start throwing things.
Guys, he got a haircut.
All right.
He's trying his best. It's actually getting better for the rest of us. so-
Mike, what would you describe your body type as?
Oh.
Slender, about average,
Is lovely lady lumps an option?
heavy set,
Heavy, so yeah.
a few
Or
extra
stocky. I
pounds,
want to be stocky.
or stocky. Okay. And what's your sign? That's a serious question. What is your sign?
I don't believe in astrology.
Libra.
Okay.
You're a Taurus. What are you, fucking Libra? Taurus? Sorry. I got really heated over the signs back there. I'd like to apologize. But I have the same birthday and it's a Taurus. Me and Mike have very similar personalities.
Do you smoke, Mike?
Occasionally, to escape the pain.
Should I put the same thing down for drinking?
Yeah. Occasionally to escape the pain, they do.
I'll put you down as social drinker.
I think that's a better
But
one.
if I drink alone, does it really count as social?
When you do everything alone, it counts as social.
There's no like pathetic answer on here. How often do you exercise?
Hypothetically?
Yeah.
0.
Well, I got a personal trainer, so let's say 1 to 2 times a week. I have to
You
see
should
him once
fire
a
him.
week.
What types of sports and exercise do you like? Should we just leave that as no answer?
Yeah, just. This is not
We'll
going
leave that one to the imagination.
Hand jam.
Okay.
Oh, education level, I could do well. Why just skip that?
What are
That's
your-
like the one redeeming I have in education.
What are your religious beliefs?
Can I have like recovering Catholic?
How much more of a stand-up comic could you possibly
We
be?
can
I
use
know.
spiritual, but
You're
not
such a
religious.
stereotype.
What? Spiritual, but not religious.
What are your political views?
Non-conformist.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Hey guys, Mike's edgy.
It'd be real on my profile site. It wouldn't just know me right
You
away.
support charities that.
Help the people.
What are the options?
Well, I could save the planet. I could help animals. What was the other? I could fight illnesses.
Rampage, what charities do you support?
You get the most girls by writing "Fight the Animals," obviously, because girls love that.
Well,
stuff.
what charities do you support, Rampage?
We stumped Rampage. Finally.
Do you believe in charity, Rampage?
I think charity is good. It's just that I don't want to give them my money.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Other people should contribute to charities.
Just not you.
I just don't care enough for myself. But you should do it.
Okay.
What would you do with an unexpected bonus? So if you got paid to do this show,
If I got paid to do this show,
what would you do with your money?
I would celebrate with my friends and family. Not you fuckers.
Let's see, what kind of movies do you like? I'll put you down.
I like it has pictures. And comedy
So are we
apparently.
doing this entire profile or like?
I know, but I like the movie Pictures. I've never seen this. Like comedy apparently is a woman in a funny hat holding a binoculars and going like this.
What are you talking about?
Like it's not enough to tell you what movie you like. They have to have pictures in case you're
How do
stupid.
we do
Where would you go if you had 2 weeks off besides in your room drinking to relieve the pain?
I would stay at home and relax.
Sounds like staying at home drinking to relieve the pain.
No, just I wouldn't drink.
While you guys do this, we're gonna prepare our next segment, which is Dungeons and Dragons Part 2.
Do it.
No, let's just do it. Yeah.
We should just do it, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on love.
That was-
that works.
that
I
was-
think that's what I've come to the conclusion of.
That was my way of saying we should do it.
Yeah.
To remove all tact.
Move on.
Okay.
I just got up to get up. I'm sitting back down in the same seat.
So, just to recap, yeah, we do play Dungeons and Dragons on a TV show. Though none of us have ever really played Dungeons and Dragons, so we sort of play it by ear. But let me reintroduce you to our heroes from last time. We have Rampage, filling in for Jeremy as Rampage the Orc Warrior. We have Darian as Darius the Elven Archer, very elfish. We have Mike Amory as Steak Bomb, the Master Sorcerer.
Steak bomb.
And at the end we have Ben, the Gnome Rogue. Alright, so just to recap, last time our heroes were in a medieval bar called the Ratskeller. And I don't know if I want to call them heroes, because what happened was they murdered a guy randomly, and then Mike, who's the wizard, burned down the bar. So they're currently fleeing from the burning bar. And also, in the brawl that took place in the bar, Mike was mortally wounded, and Darian was also hurt, or Darius. And
also I shot a guy in the heart.
So you guys are outside the burning Ratskeller. You're in a meadow surrounded by trees, except in front of you there are hills, but you can't see over the hills. Go!
We should probably go over the hills.
Yeah,
guys.
Let's kill Mike.
How close are you to dead? 20%?
I'm 20%.
Guys, Mike is dead weight.
It's getting cold.
He is a lot of dead weight.
We need to sleep
Can
inside
I
of him.
defend myself?
I don't want him to
No,
die.
you're dying.
Well, is anyone actually gonna make a move against Mike to kill him? It would be easy.
No.
Wait, if you guys remember, he's too weak to move. He's currently on Rampage's back.
Oh, that's not good.
Is there any sort of afterlife in this universe?
You would not know of any. You're a living person.
Let's find out. Who wants to see if Mike becomes a ghost?
Who wants?
Oh,
People raising their hands.
yeah, dude,
So do you attack Mike?
I attack Mike.
I defend myself.
Oh.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Because you're
You
dying.
attacked him, but you only rolled a 5. Mike rolls to defend, only a really high number since he's weak. He got a 16. I'm gonna say that you hit Mike, and he's almost dead. He's on his last breaths of life. Mike, you have a turn to retaliate.
I have a turn to retaliate.
Who wants the honors of killing him?
Or in the meanwhile, one of you two could kill Mike.
I want to use
Mike
one of my.
as well.
I want to use my magic bean. I have a magic bean.
You're just gonna hold it? What are you gonna do with it?
Can I? How do I just plant it?
I'm an orc warrior. You can't kill me with beans.
Typically you do plant magic beans.
Okay, I would like to plant the bean and see what happens.
Okay, well, as you are dying and on an orc's back, you attempt to plant a bean. You will need at least an 18, I think.
Worst
on
comes
this.
to worst, I leave a nice.
Oh, you got a 20! That's a critical plant. So the plant, magic bean goes in the ground. The plant uproots in a huge vine, carrying Rampage and Steak Bomb into the air. You guys are like 50 feet in the air on a big, like, you know.
Wait, there's no like kingdom in the sky or something?
What?
It's just a big.
That's
bean
where you're
plant?
going soon, Mike.
As you guys are saying this, over the hill rides 3 knights on horseback and a 3rd knight in a chariot with a cage on the back. The cage has an orc woman in it. They ride over the hill. They saw the smoke from the Ratskeller. They say, "What in God's name is going on here?"
I would like to use my my average intellect and witty personality to describe the situation and ask for help from Mike.
Okay, well, you have to do that. What is going on? What happened to the Ratskeller?
I will use my cunning intellect to say that it wasn't our fault. And
You just say it. You just say it.
it wasn't our fault. There were some shady guys, and
Well, then whose fault was it?
there was a guy in there with a used condom. He was pretty.
Mike, you should kill him.
No!
Take him. His whole.
What? The sorcerer? The knights approach you and begin to scale the vine. You guys have a turn. What do you guys want to do?
I want to.
You're just gonna let him scale the vine, aren't you?
They get off the
I'm gonna have to
I
defend
take,
everyone.
I
don't
take
wanna
Mike
stop
and I
him.
throw him down at the knight to get him off the vine.
Okay. Oh, oops. Oh, you throw Mike up the vine, successfully knocking off one of the 3 knights and killing Mike. R.I.P. Give me your character sheet, please.
Goodbye, Steak Bomb. Should we hold a quick funeral for Steak Bomb?
No!
We will never speak of Steak Bomb again.
I'm going to the afterlife.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is
So,
me now.
We should always do the show without Mike.
So, I've never been able to see you before. Just good to see you.
Thank you. I want to free the orc woman. I think Rampage needs love too, and I want to see if something
Oh, well, you are a rogue, so you should be good at that. So, you fail. And the knight, you rolled a 6. The knight at the back, he catches you. He goes to attack you, and he misses. What do you guys do? The other 2 knights continue to climb up to you.
I would like to seduce the orc woman with
You
dance
are an
moves.
orc.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
I do some sort of sexy dance.
Ooh, that is a critical dance. She is completely wooed. The orc woman goes, "Oh, who is that big orc?
It's Rampage.
Rampage, free me!"
Rampage.
All right. In the midst of this battle after the death of Steak Bomb, I think it's a good time to call it a cliffhanger. So, until next time.
See what happens next time on Comics Anonymous.
Thank you all for coming to Comics
Dungeons
Anonymous.
and Dragons.
That's our show.
Rampage.
I'm not glad.
That was a great show, guys. One of our characters died. Thank you so much for
R.I.P.
coming.
Steak Bomb, in loving memory.
Mostly loving.
Not by our audience.
No.
All right, see you guys next week. Thank you for
next
coming to
time.
Comics Anonymous.
Oh my God, this is